Ms. Momoa. Thank you so much for taking the time and joining me here for this meeting. I am excited to talk about Chris today. I love having him in class and have been really pleased with how he performs as a student.
Thanks, me too. He's grown a lot this year and he loves his classroom. So I know that you're doing a great job and it's been really exciting to see him grow so much.
Yes, he's been doing really well with reading comprehension specifically. He's able to read and excel well at with his reading levels, and he is able to quickly refer back to the reading and what is actually going on in the story, and that's very awesome. It's been very cool to see. If I could ask, what are you doing at home to help him with that?
Yes, well, you see, my husband being Jason Momoa and all, being Aquaman, he's kind of busy.
Yes.
So it's been difficult to find time as kind of a single-ish parent household, my husband being so busy. But I found some time to read with Chris at home. As he's grown and able to read by himself, I've read less and less to him, and now he reads to me at night. And I have read articles, being a good mom and everything, about how important comprehension is for first graders.
Yes.
And so I take the time to ask him questions about what he reads, and that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly where we want them to be in first grade. Thank you so much for being invested in his academic success. Those things really do contribute to his success in the classroom, and they're very appreciated on my end. Now I would like to take a few minutes and talk about Chris's behavior in the classroom, specifically in the morning. We have exchanged emails about this, and you know all these things. I just like to restate some of them.
Yes.
He comes into class and he is late sometimes, and I'm not exactly sure what happens in between him getting dropped off by you in the morning and him getting to the classroom, but he just takes a few wrong turns or gets distracted along the way, and he just doesn't end up coming in class on time. And with that happening, he ends up disrupting some of the students that are already working whenever he comes in, and he'll go up to his friends and talk to them, and that's okay usually in the morning, but whenever everyone is already working and he's the only one not, it can be disruptive. And he is his mood seems a little off, and he doesn't seem the most positive he could be, and it just kind of is very sad to see, because I know the kind of kid and student that he can be, but it's right after that first hour of morning work and we get to morning meeting, he is very engaged and ready to learn and very excited and positive. And so I was just hoping we could take this time and brainstorm some ways to help him, that we could both help him collectively. So for me, on my part, I was thinking that there are a few staff members in the front office that he knows and that they also know him, and so I was thinking that they could be ready to meet him some mornings, a few mornings a week, and just help him get to class directly and on time. And also you or your husband could consider not every day, because that's a lot to ask, but one time a week or once every few weeks, you could come in and sign in and walk him to class. I would always love to see you, and especially at this young of an age, it means a lot whenever their parent gets to walk them to class. It's the very cool thing to have happen. But that's one thing, and another thing is me, as his teacher, engaging him even whenever he does walk in late. I try to do my best to engage students as they walk in on time, but for the students that walk in late, it's very hard to always engage with them and to make sure that they're seen, because I'm already mixed up in a ton of other things by the time that they walk in, even if it's just a few minutes late. And so as a teacher, I would put in a procedure that they would come straight to me wherever I am, and I would need to take the time to see them and talk to them and get them rolling with their classwork. And so that's something that I could do and that I could improve on. Do you have any ideas of things that you could do, or any suggestions or questions
Of how to get him to class on time?
Yes.
I would say Chris is just the little social butterfly, and I love him. He loves his friends, and so he probably gets just tripped up with friends on the way, and they're first graders. They don't really have a concept of time yet. And so maybe we could, I'm thinking, I would love to walk him to class, but you said we can't say that every day, and I don't want to put the burden on the admin of the front office, because they're also very busy. So maybe we tell him he has a number of how many people he can talk to on the way to class, and if he's late, we can ask him Chris, or you can ask him, Chris, how many people did you talk to on the way? And if he says more than 2, you can say, Chris, let's try to talk to less people on the way. Maybe that's a better gauge than time, because he doesn't have a watch.
Of course. Yes, that's a very good suggestion.
I'll also have a conversation with him because that's not okay. We value education
Right.
highly in the Momoa household.
Yes, that's
and
very
so-
good to hear. Yes.
So I'll have a conversation with him about how important it is to get to class on time and not disrupt his classmates.
Awesome. Good. Are there any other problems or issues that you've heard from him or that you have noticed in him that we should be addressing?
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry about this. I'll have him
No,
apologize
it is
to you.
okay. Yes, of course, kids aren't perfect. They're gonna be kids, and I just want to make the classroom environment open and happy and engaging for him. And so
Yes.
this is the optimum time to do that. Thank you so much for coming in and taking time out of your day to come do this. I appreciate it a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you for being an educator.
You're welcome.